Hi, welcome back to another cup of grace. Um, you know what? I was like looking at this picture the other day, and it was like, I think it was like yesterday, and it was like this picture, and it looked like trees in the water, but it was actually just the water. And they were talking about how like the water remembers, like the earth like knows itself, and it like I was talking to somebody else after that about like uh even though the water's doing that, like a lot, if you look at a lot of things in nature, like within the bodies of organic, like even in your human body, like your nervous system, if you were to look at pictures up close of how the nerves look when they show like pictures of it, they kind of resemble a little bit looking like some tree forms, or how like in butterfly wings and certain insect wings also kind of get that look as well. So I don't know. And then also like I was gonna go grab decks to do this, and so like I thought about grabbing these because like this one lady that I watch, not for all of them, but somebody had sent her, or she got like these new decks which included like this one. So like when I saw her doing it, I was like, oh hey look, that's my deck. So um, but you know what's interesting about this deck when I first got it? Uh, when I first got this, um, when I first got this, like, I wasn't really feeling connected to it right away. So I just let it sit in my room, right? And it sat in my room and soaked up like my essence for like a few months. And, but then ever since I brought it back out, um, it's been great. It's been great. I really like it. Um, we're gonna get one more out of here, and then I'm gonna move on with the soul trees. I'm using the soul trees and the roomy deck today. I don't know. So, but yeah, seeing that design of the trees really, just really put me in this mood to. So this is my light and dark deck, right? So we have, um, and also when I was looking, I was laying down having a nap, and something came to mind. Wow, I guess I should have got up and like wrote it down. 'Cause something came to mind, and now I'm forgetting what it was. It was like there was like a song, and then I just kept hearing a couple words, and like I didn't write it down. No, I'm not remembering. Anyways, so this is Amara the Minihue, and she talks about aloha healing. So the person this is for, oh yeah, I was feeling like this is for, so like if you guys know your like Chinese zodiacs, not only do they have animals, but each certain years represent certain elements. And so it felt like this is for somebody who's what. Mimi, no, Mimi, stop, bro. Don't be on the cards right now. No, I'm in the middle of doing this. Stop. Can you back up a little bit? Just back up. Come on. Don't be in the middle of this. All right. So sorry. Mimi's like inserting herself. She's like, yeah, not this. Anyways, um, so it looks like there's somebody who needs to do some healing. And, um, yeah, maybe it feels like somebody who's like in your energy who is unhealed. Uh, so somebody in your energy who's unhealed and not willing to do their healing was doing something, but the three faces showed up, and so it is now time for what goes around to come around. So something is about to happen. Holy Spirit, is there any more before we move on that I should include? I don't know if I should use any more of these since Mimi's over here about to flip them over. Oh yeah, because whoever these people were, it caused you a lot of drama, some drama and intrigue going on. And at the bottom is the voodoo back off card. So, you know, uh, maybe whoever this unhealed person in your life is, you've had to set some firm boundaries and be like, look, you need to get out of my energy because it's not okay. What you've been doing was not all right. But, you know what? Good for you to step back and realize that, like, hey, you're going to allow spirit to come in and handle this for you, or sometimes that's better, because we get what we put out. So whoever this person is that was in your life who was up to no good, uh, just know that, like, what goes around comes around, and that's actually, it's not just karma. I mean, even Jesus said that you reap what you sow. What's done in the dark will come to the light. And I mean, most major religions have some kind of tenet in their, like, belief system that uh is doing something like that, and and then there's the karmic principle, which is like, the energy you're putting out is the energy you're going to get right back. So if you're out here doing stuff to hurt other people or to put people in a situation that they can't heal from, then that's what's going to happen to you, because that's what you're going to get, because that is the energy that you're putting out. And if you don't want that, then stop throwing that. Well, this is a bunch. I don't know if I'm going to take them both. Oh yeah, there's a dramatic shift and inner growth. Good for you. Good for you. We're going to stick these back in here because, like, I don't know. I just don't want to take ones when they're, like, have, like, a whole bunch of them. Like, just more than, like, one or two. I just don't want to take them that way for this. I don't know. I feel like doing it specific. Oh, what's that, Mimi? Are you over here keeping these cards? All right. Yeah, so right now you're being guided to do some cleansing, just cleanse yourself. Whoever these people were, all these things are going to be made, everything's going to be set to right, uh this is a time for them to, spirit's going to handle and take care of them. And I feel like you're being guided to, you already set down a boundary and said that you're not happy about it. And actually behind this, I see, like, their ancestors, which I don't know if there's somebody in your family, and maybe your ancestors as well, is trying to help move these people out of the way. So they're going to assist with getting them out of your energy, and you're being guided to cleanse their energy, take care of your body. So maybe they were projecting something that was intended to bring harm to your body. So don't worry about it. It says love you, but it's upside down. So I feel like maybe whatever has happened with these people caused you to feel bad about yourself and was giving you low self-esteem, and or maybe it was like, since we see your body out here, but like it was causing you to like they may have been telling you, oh, I love you, while they're also doing things to make you not love yourself and or not take care of yourself properly like you should have been. So I feel like but you're being guided to cleanse right now. So I would really focus on the cleansing. You may need to cleanse daily and or frequently, if you're, especially with the body card here, if you're in a situation where you maybe don't have the spoons to do it every day, do it as often as you can. This may even, I would even say with the cleanse here, if it is like family, somebody you live with, and or somebody who's been at your house recently, you may want to start sweeping all your floors or vacuuming all your floors every day or as often as you feel up to it. Because sometimes that just, there's just, sometimes people just leave residue energy behind. Some people like doing saging. I've never done saging, just because I'm really sensitive to like smoke and the smells of things that are like in the air. I've thought about trying it, but I don't know because I'm really sensitive with smells. So I have to smell it and see what it's like. If it's gross, I'm just not going to. Oh yeah, Mimi's over here helping with the read, guys. So cutie Mimi. Maybe I'll like add a link in my bio for people who like if anybody ever wanted to like send Mimi treats. I was trying to do readings on Twitch and have a redeem over there so that people could like have a Mimi cam and be able to feed treats to her if they want. You know, I know. I think I'm gonna do one more. Whoa! I was gonna do one more to see if there's any more, and then move on to the Rumi cards. So there's some unity. So I feel like this unity, like in ungrounded. So, I feel like, especially since we saw this like body and the not loving yourself, you know, maybe this situation resulted in you feeling ungrounded, and so but now you're being guided to come back into unity with yourself. Yeah, so see, somebody was trying to project this scarcity on you so that you be trapped in this scarcity mindset, but this is not the mindset that you are meant to be in. And we just rebuke that right now. We cancel and return to sender any and all of this scarcity energy, because that was never your energy. If you've been feeling a little bit extra lately, like, why do I feel like this? If you're feeling like you're not feeling like yourself, if you've been feeling off at all, I feel like that's because of whoever these people are. Okay, so we're just canceling and sending that back, you know, which, by the way, doing a return to sender is not, it's not casting anything on them. It's just the same thing. Like, if somebody sends you mail and you write on the envelope that no such person lives here and put it in your mailbox, then they will take that back to the post office and send it back to whoever sent it to begin with, you know. Or like, I've mailed letters to people and it'll come back and say that that address doesn't exist, or we couldn't find that address, so they send it back to me, and that was my original mail that I had sent out, right? So it's the same thing. If you're sending stuff out to somebody, if you're doing uh bad juju witchcraft on other people and you're projecting that out onto other people, you know what? That was yours. That's your energy. That's not them. They didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself. Because when you hurt others, you're hurting yourself. Because that's how that works. So, you know, if you don't want stuff to happen to you, don't do to people what you wouldn't want anybody to do to you. Because what you do to them is going to come back to you. I feel like I should take this one. We'll take one more Rumi, and then I'll wrap it up. I'm only at 13 minutes. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying like this new like shuffle strategy that somebody was trying to tell me to do it like this. So I'm giving it a try, you know. One more. I feel like that's not like my personal usual method, you know. Yeah. Usually I'll just kind of shuffle and like, I don't know how to explain it, but like usually a card will speak to me that it needs to come out, so I'll like pull it. At the bottom we have the human gift, but it's upside down. So I do feel like you were meant to be a gift in these people's lives, but for whatever, because of what they're doing, they're going to miss out on that. So, and you don't worry about that. That's not your fault. They did that. They chose it. That's what they wanted. So now that's what they're going to get. We have this. Well, that reminds me of something I have on my Discord. All right. And then one, which, by the way, I do have a link in my bio to my Discord, and you can join that. It's totally free. And this says, one I seek, one I know, one I see, and one I call. No aspect of your life is separate from your spiritual journey. All is unfolding according to the divine genius, and there is a sweet shift in store for you. Yes. So, though circumstances may appear dire, and you may feel despair, there is an avenue through which fulfillment and resolution will be granted. Peace be to you, friend. And I feel like this is echoing this cleansing energy. Yeah. So, like this healing, if we want to take this right side up for you, there will be healing that's coming in for you. Like, hi, Mimi. Mimi, we're talking to the camera. So, and then we also have this, which is El Aluza, star of Venus. And it says, I am not a handful of worthless dust, and I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. And it says, even a small blessing of light is more powerful than the fears of multitudes. And there is no need to fight fear with fear, hate with hate, or anger with anger. You do not have to convince anyone of anything. Connect with the love within your heart, rest there, and become wise. Yeah, remember when I was saying, like, I felt like this unity was speaking to this ungroundedness and the not loving yourself? That's exactly what. All right, let's see if this last one is also just more confirmation. And this is the blessing of Zara. And it says, you use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. There is something more loving and beautiful awaiting. Do not try to feast upon scraps. Stop scratching in the dirt for stale breadcrumbs. Arise and move toward the seat at the heavenly table gleaming before you. A greater feast awaits your attendance. Yes, and you remember, I love how we're talking about a feast because, like, people were trying to make you feel like you're stuck in this energy of scarcity, and that was not your energy. You're being called to step out of this scarcity and to come take your place. That your feast has been prepared for you. And when you have finished having this feast, you will be made the human gift. Which I'm going to read this for you as well. And this was the human gift. See how this person is down here where it kind of looks like they're sitting in a chair crying to themselves, but there's like this divine intervention coming in. And it says, such attraction is offered by the beloved with sweetness and generosity. Yet jealousy comes from you with so much doubt and suspicion. Do you berate yourself, blazing angel, because you have moments where you cannot trust and love more than you believe in your fear? Rise now from your doubts and admonishments and let your human self be loved. Even with all of the doubt, you are a cherished one of the great beloved and always shall be. Be kind to your heart. Yeah, I feel like this really is this, like we saw this love you card. You're really being guided to just pour into yourself. Never mind all this, what they were doing. People were doing stuff maybe you didn't even know. And then, like, behind us, we're talking about loving yourself, and it says, let love transform. I did, so and I feel like this actually just speaks to, like, yeah, and it says, the sea becomes filled with pearls, the dry land receives the water of life. Love's genius and generosity are not bound by the mind. All matter, all manner of miraculous grace works through love and endless creative variety. Your heart's yearning shall manifest itself. Do not attempt to predict how that can be. Why would we seek to limit love's creative genius? Instead, trust that it will be magnificent and kind. I like that. That's awesome. I'm going to end it there. We're under 20 minutes, which is fantastic, since I tend to go over too much. So if you like this, if it resonated with you, if you'd like to give me a share, follow, subscribe, any of that good stuff. If you'd like to support me, I do have a link to my coffee in my description. Well, in my bio. And that's it. Have a great evening and a happy weekend.